This week we will focus on long O sound. As we all know, long O can be this combination O blank E. For example, we have this picture of a bone. Bone is spelled as beginning letter B. O is O blank E. And then the ending sound bone is the N sound. So the blank will be the N. So this is how we spell bone. So O blank E makes O sound. Today we will learn more letter combination that can make the O sound. And you will know that O itself can be sound like long O sound. For example, filling the sentence, the food is yummy. What can be a word that fill in the blank? I can say the food is so yummy. So the word so has a long O sound that's only O by itself. Similarly, we have the word go, also with O as long O sound. There is an exception. The word do, do, it's not do, right? We say it do. So that's a sight word we all know. So this O doesn't sound like long O sound. So that's an exception. So not all the word that has one O in the word that sound like long O. Okay. Also, long O sound can be OA. For example, this is a picture of a boat. Boat has a beginning sound B, middle sound O, and ending sound T. Boat. Also, we have O as OW. For example, the plant is growing. So here's the word grow. Gr. GR, R blend, gr makes GR, and then O is OW here. Grow has O in it. Also, we have OE as a combination as long O. These are baby toes. So the word toe spelled as O, and O is the OE combination. So you get that there are different letters that we can put together to make long O. Now, are you ready to look at a poem? Let's take a look. When I read the poem, I want you to find all the long O sound in the poem. The goat and the soap. Joan had a boat. Her boat could float. Her boat had some rope. The rope had some soap. Joan also had a goat. Her goat had a dirty coat. She needed her soap so she could wash her goat. She needed the soap on a rope. So you see that there are several words that are repetitive here, right? We found goat has OA as O. Soap, OA as long O. Joan, OA as long O. Boat, OA as long O. Boat here again, and float, OA as long O. Boat again, And then rope has O blank E. This combination. And then rope again. And then we have soap, O-A as long O. Joan again, goat, O-A. Goat again, coat, O-A. Soap again, goat again, soap again, and then rope again. So this poem has a lot of the O-A sound, long O, and O blank E. Now it's your turn. You're going to read this poem and record yourself read the poem on and upload it on Google Classroom. I attached this poem also as a file in our task. So you can download the file from your task today. Some tips to help you read fluently. I noticed that sometimes you only pause when you change lines. This is a poem, so the sentences are shorter. But one tip is to pause at the ending marks 1 second when you see a comma, 2 seconds when you see the other ending marks, such as period, exclamation marks, and the ... right? The etc. mark. So for example, oh, no. So these are all commas. You can stop a little shorter. The goat is in the home. When you see exclamation mark, stop a little longer. The same thing with when you read passages or stories. Sometimes the sentence continues until this line cannot fill up any more words, but you don't stop if you don't see a ending mark. Second, do not read broken sentences. This actually is the same point of the first tip. If you are doing first tip very well, you wouldn't read broken sentences. What is a broken sentence? For example, I'm reading this part of the poem as the goat is going down the road, I hope. So you see that I am making a pause between going and down. And down the road and I hope they don't connect. So once I make a pause in between the words that are supposed to connect, or I'm not pausing when there is a mark to tell me that I should pause, this is called broken sentences. And we don't want that to happen because when people hear it, when we read it, we wouldn't understand it. Okay, and a third tip, practice makes perfect. I want you to practice at least 3 times before you record yourself. Because when you read it the first time, you're not familiar with the sentence and you don't know what it means. You might make mistakes. So practice more before you show me.